All right, just had a customer asking a question about one of the courses, and if this doesn't answer your question, just reply back, okay? Hey man, I bought your course about backups and it's really great. I just have a question. When I want to drag more than one Slicex pattern/region in a single project into my folder, how do I do this? Because you talk about dragging a loop, but sometimes it's multiple. I'm assuming that this is from my course, a specific music production folder, and how I organize it and how it makes backing up really easy. And when it comes to making music, it's just a simplified process. It took me quite a while to figure out a music folder. All right, so I just created an example backup folder, which you would be using for backing up your slices here or your loop, okay? Because when we go file, export, project data files, at the moment, I don't think this includes Slicex as well as Edison loops. So you have to make sure to back those up. So I want to just kind of walk you through step by step. Now, one thing, if you use Slicex, I recommend turning auto dump off. It's a cool feature, but many times it overwrites what you're doing all the time. So that's a cool trick for you guys right there. I'm going to go Edison, and we're just going to drag this loop in just to Slicex. All right, so Slicex is such a power horse. It allows you now to slice your music. So this is just the original loop. Okay, and then now you have the power of, if you really wanted to sample, right? Okay, so now to back this up, you can literally just drag this, and now this is taking the whole loop, and then I would just drop it in there. So I'm just gonna go full loop 1, for example. If you wanna back up an individual slice, you can hold down Control and left click. Now you can see that when I drag, it is dragging the individual sound, this slice, marker 21, and I can drag that in here. So slice 1. So you were saying, when I want to drag more than one Slicex pattern region in a single project into my folder, how do I do this? Because you talk about dragging a loop, but sometimes it's multiple. So when it comes to Slicex, I think you only have one loop unless you go like the A and the B, unless you're working like that. But if you're just working like, how I would usually work with Slicex is I would create a new instance of Slicex if I was working with a different loop. So imagine this is, we'll go loop 1, and then this would be the loop 2. That's how I would work with Slicex. I just think this would be the easiest way. And then you can even see how I right-clicked and cloned that. So it literally just copies from what you already were working at. And then you just go to loop 2, and then you make your edits if you're working with the same loop, which is sometimes something I do as I make, if you're sampling. And the reason why that's beneficial is because it's all in the same pitch and stuff, right? So if you're highlighted, you can just double left click and it takes that away. And now you can drag the whole loop again. So we backed up this way. We backed up by doing it like this. That's the individual slice. And if you actually drag this into the channel rack, then I believe when you would go file, export, and project data files, I believe this would get backed up, and we can just try that right away. And as you can see, I just did that, and it does. You can also save it from right here. You can go File, Save Sample As, and we'll save it in here. And as you can see, so the full loop, the one I dragged from right here, this is the full loop. This is this file size. This is the one that we just went Save As, so you can see it's the same file. This would be the full loop. All right, we play this, again, same loop. It's 19 seconds long. And then slice 1 was when I left clicked, grabbed it, and then now I backed this up individually like this. And loop 3, you can see that these are the same size. That one is because I dragged it into the channel rack, and then we went File, Export, and Project Data Files. All right, so I hope that clarifies how you can back up if you have multiple instances. And again, this does have to be done every time you use Slicex when you are making a beat and you're wanting to back up all of it. Again, if you guys want more information, you can check out a specific music production folder. It's only $9 and it's going to teach you my own custom music folder. And again, I'm hoping that this tweet was to do with that course, but that's pretty much the only course I talked about, like folder structure, backing up for the long term, and keeping it easy for you as a music producer. All right, thanks for checking out the video. If you want to learn more, come to itsgratuitous.com/FL Studio.